Hello everyone, this video is going to be a reading diary, which basically means every time I pick up a book I'm going to pick up my camera and tell you my thoughts on the book whilst I'm reading it. So I have already started this book. This is My Name is Lucy Barton by Elizabeth Strout, and this is about a woman telling you about her life, and she's telling you about a time that she was married, she had children, her children were quite young at the time, and she went into hospital and she had this operation, and she wakes up from the operation and her mum is sitting at the end of her bed and she hadn't spoken to her mum for years. They have fallen out of contact with each other, and she talks about the conversations they had, the stuff that she wished she would have said to her mum. It then goes back into her childhood and then her time since that conversation with her mum in the hospital. It's so good so far, like so fascinating, and I love how when she's having conversations with her mum she's saying like the stuff that she said to her mum and then her inner thoughts and what she is like screaming to say, like, I want to talk about this. And she grew up in a rural town in America and they didn't have a lot of money and her parents were like very harsh with them, and so she wants to talk like, why were you like this with me? But she's being polite, and it's about like social politeness. I am loving this so far, so I think I'm going to finish this tonight. I'm going to go and get myself a cup of tea now. Here is my mug for my tea. It says 2 turtle doves on it, and it is the 12 days of Christmas on the back. I love anything to do with the 12 days of Christmas. So it has a picture and then the writing of them all in there, and then good old PG tips in there. I'm just going to do a little update now on my reading progress. The book that I started this reading diary off with is My Name is Lucy Barton by Elizabeth Strout. I'm still reading this book. I could have finished it days ago, but I am savouring it so much. This is a book that you could read so quick. Probably some people could read it in like one sitting, but I am loving it so much. It is heartbreaking but beautiful at the same time, and so I'm really trying to savour it. Am I the only little weirdo that does this? I feel like everyone just wants to read their books like as quickly as they can if they're really enjoying it, but if I'm enjoying a book I really want to take my time with it, and I want to spend more time with the character. That sounds really sad, but I want to like be in this book because once it's done, and when I'm reading a book and I'm loving it, that like feeling and satisfaction that you get from a book, I don't want it to end, so I'm clinging on to this book, to be honest with you. I'm reading like a few pages a day. I'm not even finishing chapters because I'm like, I don't want it to be over, but I'll probably finish this very soon. So I'm still reading that. Absolutely perfect. Loving it. I have reread this, which is Christmas Cats by Lesley Ann Ivory, and I read this last year and I love it. It's a book that I'm going to get out and read every single year. I adore it. I actually got this from like a church bookstall that they had, and it's just stunning. When I first saw it I thought, oh, it's going to be like a cute gift book, that's cool, but it's just so much more than that. So it's a picture of a cat, which Lesley was like amazing artist, just so detailed, beautiful, and then it will have a famous like quote from someone, And then underneath it, Leslie will talk about who is the cat. So it's her friend's cat, it's her cat. And she'll do a little story about like the picture. So like Blossom is waiting hopefully underneath the mistletoe, and there's the cat Blossom, mistletoe, and then a little bit more of a story, and it's just so lovely. And even her descriptions of like how she knows the cats and stuff, they're so lovely as well. Oh my god, this Octopussy. What? And then lastly, I reread this, and I reviewed this on the channel as well. This is Hellbound Lifestyle. It's by Alabaster Pizzo and Kaylee Forsyth, and I just love it. It's like a satirical graphic novel that it just follows one character, but it's not really her life, or there's not a massive story that happens within it, but it's so anecdotal, and I love this so much. I don't get every single one, so sometimes it'll be like an individual story in a box, or they'll like follow someone's life. Like there's a whole bit on Ernest Hemingway, and I don't really know anything about him, so that whole thing just goes over my head. I don't get it. But the ones that I do get just talk to my soul. Like, I just love them. They're so funny and like little memes. I never know how to describe this book, but I just love it so much. And you follow this character, this woman who's in like her late 20s, and it's all the struggles of being a woman in your late 20s, and it's so good. I honestly, like the ones in this that I love, I read over and over again, and if I need to pick me up or I've had a bad day, I always turn to this book. And it's so bizarre because I don't love the book from like cover to cover, because some of them I just don't get, they like go over my head or I don't relate to, but the ones that I do are just, they speak to my soul, and I love this so much. But it's for a certain kind of personality. If you like stuff like Daria, which is very sarcastic kind of humour, if you're very much into that humour, then you'll like this. I love it. And that is it. That is my little update. I'm going to carry on reading and probably finish this book, but I don't want to leave it. I don't want to finish it. I have finished My Name is Lucy Barton, and oh my, I absolutely loved it. I'm going to do a full video review on this. I adored this so much. I cannot recommend enough, so watch out for my video where I'm going to be talking about this because I loved it. I am now going to read The 12 Days of Christmas Correspondence, illustrated by Quentin Blake, written by John Julius Norwich, and I found this for £1 in a charity shop yesterday. So there's the cover. It's like, take the dust jacket off, and lovely little illustration, cloth bound yellow, and this is a correspondence. So it's about a woman who her admirer is sending her the 12th day of Christmas. So it starts off, oh, thank you so much for a partridge in a pear tree, that's so nice, thanks. And the next day it's the next thing on the 12 days of Christmas, until in the end she's got all these people like lords are leaping, maids are milking, all this different stuff going on, and she's like, we're being evicted, stop sending me stuff, it's got too far. And I think I'm absolutely gonna adore this, so I'm gonna give this a little read now. I have finished the 12 Days of Christmas Correspondence and absolutely adored it. I cannot recommend this book enough. I loved it. Also, if you take the dust jacket off it, it's got a gorgeous cloth bound cover and it's just stunning. I love Quentin Blake, so I knew I'd love it, but it's so witty and charming as well. I love it. John Julius Norwich, his writing is so funny in it. So this is the end of this reading diary. I'm actually going to Essex to spend Christmas with my family. I hope you all have a great Christmas, and I will see you again soon for another video.